previous array lesson. This is just going to be a short addition to what we did. The previous one, we created our array using the new keyword and set the size as part of parameter. And when we did that, it created all of the values as default, in this case null. If I would have set it for int array of like ages and set it for 3, then all of the ages would have had 0 in. So that creates an empty array and has default values in it. But sometimes we don't want to have default values put in there. So we can create arrays a little bit different. So we can use the int keyword for our primitive data type for an integer. We still use the open and closing square brackets. We give it our ages, which is our variable name, and then we, instead of using the new keyword, we use the open and closing braces. So inside here we can put various integers, something like that. And now I created an array that has 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 settings. So it's going to be the 0 element, the 1 element, 2 element, 3 element, 4 element, but really this is going to be an int of 5 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements inside of it. So there's no default, there's no zeros in here as of right now. When I create it, it creates the correct size array with no default values in it, as compared to my string one up here. When I first create this, there's no values in it, so all of my elements in my names array have the default value. This one does not have a default value that goes along with it. So to access it, first of all, I don't need to add any values to it right now. I can change the values later on, but I don't need to add any values to it. And I can just go ahead and print out ages. So down here, so I can get the 0 and 1 element out just like I did for names, but this time they're going to have values in it. So if I go ahead and run that one, so I get -5 and 3, which is the 0 element and that element up there. So that is the other way to create arrays. The difference is this one will create an array with default values in it. This one will create an array of the appropriate size with no default values in it right now. So anyway, that's the short lesson on the other way to make arrays. Thank you.